All right, you do the intro. You want to give Steve another shout out?
You want to go again?
You remember the
All right,
title?
sure, I'll go. Yeah.
Do you remember the
yeah.
title?
All right. This is John and some guy.
No,
some guy and John.
There you go.
Some guy and John. Yes, I got it right.
There you go.
Some guy and John at. Okay, is it actually recording? You're
recording.
Sure it's actually? All right.
I'm sure it's actually recording.
Okay, so. So some guy and John at the movies with special guest me, Steven Amspoker, and yeah, we're here to talk about
your double feature.
Yeah, the Huntsman Winter War, the Woodsman.
Huntsman Winter's War.
Winter's War.
Winter's War.
Wow, that second take, the steam just came right at it.
Yeah.
No, you're a one take and that's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
Okay, so non-spoilers. The movie sucked.
Yes, non-spoilers. That is non-spoiler at all. It sucks. I guess if you were thinking about seeing it, that is kind of a spoiler.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
That it sucked?
Like, just be prepared. It sucked.
It sucked, and I also have to question: is this the expanded story of Snow White that most of us don't know, or is it just the studio going, "We need some more money"?
Yeah.
I think it's the studio saying we need some more money.
Yeah. It's like almost. It's almost like such a desperate attempt to cash in that it's almost original. Like who would think of doing a prequel standalone story about the Huntsman?
Right.
If you read the Snow White
story, yeah.
I would never have thought of that.
No,
probably because it's not an especially good idea.
Chris Hemsworth's agent thought that.
Yeah, probably.
That's who thought of that.
Yeah.
Somebody who said, you know what, Thor money's, the residuals from Thor stop coming in.
Yeah, and
before we see you again, and with the hammer, we need something.
Yeah, we got to
else
get you back out there as a badass Scottish.
The Scottish accent.
Guy with long hair fighting.
Now.
With the level,
and Jessica Chastain, who
with an Irish accent.
Yeah, I actually thought it was Bryce Dallas Howard, but
with the level 1 axe.
Yeah.
I wanted the axe to get bigger.
Yeah,
it should have got bigger at some point in the story.
It's like Chris Hemsworth
went up. That's what happened.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. He has to have a weapon. It's like a hammer. It's like I need something to swing. Axe.
Well, he's got to wield something.
Yeah,
he doesn't have any powers.
And
they need to throw something in that guy's hand.
Yeah.
So we're done with the non-spoilers?
We're way past. Yeah, we're done.
Spoilers. The movie sucks.
Spoilers. Love is forbidden.
I thought Jessica Chastain. She starts out with the Irish accent and morphs very quickly into Scottish.
And
it falls in and out.
And then
it's kind of like. Some lines sound kind of Scottish Irish. It's like I couldn't quite tell which one it was supposed to be.
In the middle, I could tell what it was. It was her American accent.
Yeah, it was an American accent.
And surprise, the girl with the pale skin and the red hair is a master archer.
Yeah.
Like Katniss, like Brave, like.
Well, again, that's the market.
Yeah.
They're hooking those girls who see themselves as the Katniss Everdeen.
This movie was made like by the B or C marketing committee.
Yeah, I mean, like sort of there's this cliche in Hollywood about like how it's like the hero of the story will pet the dog and the villain kicks the dog.
Yeah,
and I mean like that's like sort of the joke that you make.
That's what happens.
And in this story, the villain literally says love is forbidden.
Well, who exactly is the villain? I think we start with the problems of this one.
Well, I mean,
who is the villain? Is it Charlize Theron or is it Emily Blunt?
Well, Emily Blunt kind of.
It's the mirror.
Emily.
It's the mirror.
Yeah, and horribly stereotypical. What were they? Gnomes? Orcs?
They're goblins. They're called goblins.
They were black, wearing bling.
Which
is just bad. With gold on them.
They had Mr. T amount of gold bling strung around their necks, and it wasn't.
And then they were naked too.
Well, yeah. Of course.
What the hell?
Because why not?
And
half
so
ram,
it's like
half monkey.
Yeah, they kind of swung from trees. Like
it's like that. It's like there's a scene where
what, Steven the writer, start us from the beginning. What is happening in this movie?
Okay, so what happens in this movie? So it starts out with these two sisters, and pretty much this is the way the dialogue basically between the sisters goes: cryptic statement about what's going on, plot exposition. Cryptic statement about what's going on. Plot exposition. And I mean, like they do not talk to each other like.
Well, they bounce back. Well, they show you the scene where
it's like,
Emily Blunt.
They do not talk to each other like human.
Emily Blunt falls in love.
Falls in love, and then
Charlize Theron. What does she do?
She doesn't like it for reasons.
It's not going to last because he's promised to somebody else and he's going to betray him.
Right.
No, he really loves me.
Right. And so Emily Blunt is scorned by love because Charlize Theron.
Yeah, and
lays
kills
down the law
and kills the. Her child, which may or may not be Snow White. That wasn't really clear to me.
No, it wasn't.
And so then...
Anyway, then the first movie happens.
Yeah.
In which they get rid of Charlize Theron.
Before that, it's like she creates this kingdom in the north.
Of course, in the north.
In the north.
Because winter's coming.
Winter is coming. No, we talked about that. You have to do the northern accent.
Right.
Even if you suck at it, you have to do it.
So Charlize Theron is out of the picture. Emily Blunt is scorned by love, put off by love.
Her mutant powers activate during a traumatic
event.
Yeah.
Because all the women in the family have mutant powers.
Right, all the women in the family have mutant powers. And in a very like X-Men / almost Deadpool pain happens, and then her powers
I have ice powers.
She gets the ice powers, as we all see in the trailer.
Yeah,
and then she goes off, she creates her own kingdom.
Yeah, basically for people who read Mistborn, she snapped.
So she creates her own kingdom, starts snatching up 12-year-olds.
Yeah, kills their families.
Kills their families and snatches up all the kids.
And you know, that
creates the Huntsman.
And creates all the Huntsmen.
And I mean that is like if someone gave me that screenplay and was like how would you redo it? It's like I would start it with
that's at the end.
With the Huntsman. So anyway, it's like all right, we'll get to that in the end. The Huntsman and Jessica Chastain, they're both they're the two best children that she abducted.
They have the most merit badges at kidnap camp.
And they fall in love.
They do. They fall in love with a big W.
Yeah. But what love is not wanted.
No, it's not allowed because
Emily Blunt has the security headwind.
She says, "I have but one rule: no love.
No love.
No love. Love's not allowed."
And that's when Steven and I started laughing out loud in the theater.
I was about to laugh, and then I was taken aback just by the shock of how loud you guys were laughing in the theater.
This is happening. This is going down.
I mean,
said that. Oh my fucking god!
I mean, like because I think the
rule is no love.
Yeah, part of the reason I think I laugh so hard is that just like. Me just being chronically single, I think it kind of struck a weird chord with me. I'm so bitter. Oftentimes, if there's a side romance in a movie and it's not written especially well, I'm just like, I don't want them to get together.
It's not working out well for them, but I know what's going to happen. They're going to get together despite all that. And
fuck them!
And that never
fuck
happens.
Them!
The girl's pissed at you in the beginning. She's always pissed at you. She's not going to find true love in you at the end.
Yeah, and so...
But of course it's a movie, so it does happen.
Yeah, but so...
Okay, so she makes the Ice Kingdom. She snatches up all the kids. Her little kidnapping scheme. Starts building an army so she can.
And she conquers the North. All of the Northlands.
Yeah, she kicks ass with her kidnapped.
Her Huntsman.
Her Huntsman. Yeah.
Who seems the only job is to kill everybody and bring back the King's crown.
That's it. Yeah.
We got another one. I wanted to see the trophy room.
It's like
I get to keep this.
It's like what if what if like all the kings are just like, just give him the crown.
Here's the crown. Just don't kill us. Here's the crown.
I'll tell you what I picture inside of that ice castle that Emily Blunt's living in.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a small glass display, like out of a cheesy junior high public school that
with all the crowns.
With all the crowns.
All right.
Next to 1994 basketball regional champ trophy.
Okay. All right.
That's what I see because it's a bunch of 12-year-olds. That's just what I pictured in my mind's eye, my heart of hearts. I just wanted to see a participation award off to the other side. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think the whole other ice castle is awesome, except for that one little corner where she's got all the crowns.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of humiliate myself here. When I was watching it, like with her whole kingdom, and she has like the collection of frozen people who have like
robbed her
or just mistreated her. I could not stop thinking of Barbie the Nutcracker, because that was a plot point in that movie. It's like I must have watched it when I was like 13.
Okay, but
my nieces wanted to watch it, and I was with them, and I was just like, what the hell, I'll watch it with you. And it's stuck with me.
And those guys had it the best.
Yeah,
they were perfectly preserved and protected. They just
protect.
They were there for years.
Got to get out of being in the movie.
Got to see all the crowns.
It's like
Steven
Nick
hit it right on the head.
They
got to get out of the movie
because Nick Frost. He was. I think he must have been like contractually obligated, or just had like a week, and it was just like
only got put in the movie because of his name.
Yeah.
We're doing a movie on ice cream. I'll be in it.
Yeah.
And I'll be a dwarf.
My last name's Frost. You haven't put me in.
Oh, yeah.
They screwed me on Frozen, so you got to put me in this one. All right, so the Huntsman is then broken up from Jessica Chastain.
Evilly so.
Yeah,
evilly so.
Yeah,
Emily Blunt makes them both believe that they both failed each other and gave up on each other.
Yeah.
So that they go off in their kind of separate ways, and then only 7 years later, after we find out that Jessica Chastain didn't go off and live a happy life, she was thrown in a fucking dungeon.
And she didn't die the way we thought.
No.
Illusions on the side of the ice.
We're led to believe she's dead. She's not.
Which, how much better of a movie would that have made if she didn't have an army and she just used her ice illusions to conquer shit?
Yeah, that would have been way cooler. That would have been way cooler.
Yeah.
The whole having the army thing was kind of like, do you really?
Because you never saw him. You just saw him you saw him at the end of the battle.
Yeah.
Well,
here's the crown. We got the Cracker Jack prize. Let's go back to the Queens.
I didn't get the impression that anybody in the Northland, the Norseland, would be able to stand up against Jessica Chastain and her icy cold finger powers.
Yeah.
Because it seems like she had an easy time of it.
Yeah.
Just mopping the floor with anybody who came along. So I didn't get the whole point. Like
raising an army. Well,
she needs.
She wanted a whole bunch of people who knew love was evil.
Yeah. She wanted
loves evil.
Loves evil.
Kid loves evil.
Yeah.
Spell it backwards.
Evil.
I mean, like, it's like
to Emily Blunt. Yeah.
I
feel sorry for John Krasinski.
I think I will say that with Nick Frost, Liam Hemsworth, and what was the name of the other dwarf?
Chris.
Chris Hemsworth.
I kept making fun of him, calling him Liam Hemsworth. I'm like, oh look, it's Liam Hemsworth. I just wanted to see if there was gonna be a 13-year-old girl walking
Chris
in.
Hemsworth.
Like, no, that's Chris. I kept waiting to hear that. On the way in, I just kept calling him Liam.
Yeah, it's like
no, it was Thor. It was Chris.
Yeah, it's like in like one of the movie's few positive moments is that I think that the chemistry at times between the two dwarves and Chris Hemsworth, it was decent.
Can we make the argument that the dwarves are the best part?
Probably.
I would make the claim that the comic relief was probably the most entertaining part. Because honestly, that's that's where all three of us would actually laugh. And
when
not
we were supposed
ironically.
to. Yeah, when we were
not
supposed
like
to. You just said something funny.
Right, exactly. Like, oh my god, that was a really funny line.
Yeah.
Especially that chick dwarf. You're gonna have to come down and take off your shirt.
That was kind of an eye roller.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, let's be honest, the audience knows why Chris Hemsworth is in this movie.
Yeah.
It's not because he looks bad. They want to see someone.
And I love. They could not afford Kristen Stewart.
Oh.
It's like
you're never gonna see her face. They can't afford her. It's not gonna happen.
It's like you can't even
cost too much.
Yeah, you can't even afford her to just. You couldn't even get her down to a green screen studio just to have her like fall on her knees and like.
I mean, I'd be willing to bet they probably had some iteration of a script in which she was in it. She probably took one glance at it and said, "No fucking way."
Yeah.
Like, no way. You just give this one to Chris and let him do everything.
Yeah.
That's my
probably
guess.
how it went.
Because I mean, it just wasn't good. It just sucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was a paycheck movie.
Yeah. I knew it was gonna.
And we fucking paid him to see it, but fuck, this is way more fun than the movie.
We helped Chris Hemsworth with his rent money.
Yeah. Yep. Podcasters who thrive on negative criticism.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they eventually, Chris Hemsworth is on the mission to go find the mirror.
The mirror, because Snow White's losing her mind because of the
mirror. Because the mirror is the One Ring.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And somewhere off camera, Snow White is having problems with her, or Snow White's kingdom is threatened now.
It's threatened because she's going crazy because of the mirror. Yeah, so she wants it banished to the sanctuary, which we never got to see.
We never get to see. Yeah. So
I mean, it's like those are those points where I'm sort of wondering, like, would I understand this better if I'd seen the first movie?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, I mean.
Yeah, it's like clearly
maybe, but
well, it's on the heels of the first movie, but the first movie is the narrator took care of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
This all happened. Now we're here back.
Yeah, we actually kind of see that in the beginning. Yeah. We're like, oh, so this all happened.
Yeah.
Okay, now that the credits are over, let's join our characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
And it was a 2-hour movie.
I know.
Yeah.
They just did. Let's just say this: on the DVD or Blu-ray release of this, there will be no deleted scenes on that.
Probably
or on that Blu-ray. There just won't be, because every single one of them is in this movie.
Yeah.
I can't imagine they had things they saw that were bad and just didn't use them. It was just, you said it yourself. It was 2 hours. They used every piece of footage.
Yeah, and it was 2 hours and nothing really happened.
No, it really didn't.
Yeah.
Chastain and Hemsworth, they lose each other. 7 years goes by. All of a sudden, this mission comes up where he's got to go track down the mirror.
Yeah, and she shows up out of nowhere. Yeah,
he runs into Chastain again, and then they have a heated,
and it's like one of those. It's sort of one of those situations where it's like all the tension would in theory be diffused by a conversation.
Right.
Yeah, it's like.
Well, who was after the mirror? Who was after?
The Ice Queen was after, so she could gain the power that her sister had.
It was it was the MacGuffin.
Okay.
Yeah. MacGuffin. What everyone's after.
Okay, so it was really so Snow White wanted the mirror gone, right? That's what we're going with.
Yeah, she wanted to. Taken to the
I don't know what she wanted.
She wanted. Well, I know she was off camera. We don't know. But we're led to believe she wanted the mirror gone, right?
She wanted it in a safe place for safekeeping, away from her, so it couldn't affect her.
Okay, and then the Ice Queen, Emily.
Once she learned,
she wanted
the mirror because of the power that came with it.
Because the power that came with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now that we got that motivation down, okay.
Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth goes off to get the mirror. Why?
To help Snow White.
To help Snow White.
Yeah, it's mercenary.
Is it to help Snow White, or is it to just keep it out of the hands of the Ice Queen?
Both.
Okay, so basically,
who knows?
So to keep it out of the hands of the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
Okay.
To keep it safe.
To keep it safe.
Keep it safe.
Well, they finally get their hands on it, in which case it's promptly snapped up by the Ice Queen.
Yeah.
And then she uses it to bring Charlize Theron back.
Yeah.
Who turns into even more of a major bitch.
Yeah. Who takes over her kingdom.
And then they kind of get into it.
It's like they spend.
She's trying to take over her little sister's kingdom.
It's like they spend all this time.
in all the wrong places.
They spent all this time building up Emily Blunt as the villain, and then it's like.
And then all of a sudden, we're supposed to kind of like root for her, kind of.
Yeah, well, it's like
because a bigger, badder bitch.
Because
it turns out that that her sister's the one that killed her baby and made the guy betray her.
Right. So now we have to be on her side, even though we just watched an hour and 40 minutes of her being a total bitch.
Yeah, and it's
now we are on her side.
It's like one of my
failed relationship.
One of my pet peeves, like what I really don't like in villains, is that I really hate villains that just seem to fold quickly under pressure.
Yeah,
and it's just like
Emily,
the moment her sister showed up, it's like she instantly kind of
she grovels.
Like, okay, whatever. Take over my kingdom.
I guess as long as we're still sisters, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
All I can think of is that, you know what? But Hemsworth failed at everything.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
I mean, he started out with his girlfriend, Chastain.
Yeah, but wait. They exchanged necklaces. That means they're married.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, starts out they're kind of secretly married. By the end, they're together again.
Yeah.
The mirror still goes to the Ice Queen, who still uses it to bring her sister back.
Yeah.
So let's be honest.
Yeah.
None of what happened between Chastain and Chris Hemsworth had to happen.
Well, Chris Hemsworth threw the axe at the mirror, destroying the One Ring. Mirror.
But not completely, because they got that
at the very end.
Yeah.
Right, you're right. But I mean, the first hour
and he.
Right, but the first 75% of the movie, nothing he did was worth anything.
He was the one who saved all his friends from the goblins.
Oh yeah, he did his 5-minute noble sacrifice.
The
noble sacrifice of. It's like so.
Wait, from the goblins? You mean?
Yeah, when he cut the rope.
Right.
But his friends would never have been there if he hadn't showed up. So meaning, if him and Jessica Chastain just kept their shit secret and stayed at home and didn't piss off the Ice Queen,
none of the movie would have happened.
She still would have gotten the fucking mirror sooner or later. She was looking for it.
Oh no, the mirror.
Everyone was looking for the mirror. Someone had to.
The Queen would have won the battle against Snow White because Chris Hemsworth is the one that helped Snow White win. So the Queen would have won that battle. The Queen would have controlled the South, and this frigid Ice Queen would control the North. Everything he did was in the other movie.
Well, the only thing I think was at the end of this movie, the only thing he did that was actually made any difference was destroying the mirror.
With the help of the Ice Queen, which was her redemption.
Right, of course. But at the end of the movie, that was the only thing he did that actually worked. Everything else he did failed. Everything. Miserably. Everything else was a failure.
It's like the
Queen. If
Queen
he had stayed home and then waited for them to just happen upon the mirror and bring it back, he could have smashed it when they got it back.
There's one thing he did is that So the Queen, Emily Blunt supposedly has all the.
She has the ice power.
And she has like all these children she's raised just like under her thumb.
Yeah.
Who will kill for her.
Right.
And then the Huntsman, Chris Hemsworth is just like, hey, you all love each other. Betray your queen, and they're like, okay.
I didn't think about it that way. I guess
wait a minute, love. It was the C team meeting with their daughters after they saw the first movie for ideas to not lose their jobs at work. Somebody at the studio went, yeah, that'll work.
Sure.
Let's do it.
Why not?
Fuck it.
Yeah, and
I don't know. I mean, it just seemed like the first 75% of the movie, nothing Hemsworth does is worth a damn. Nothing. If anything, he endangers the dwarfs that they happen upon.
It wasn't even like spectacularly horrible. It was just bad.
Right. Yeah. It was just bad. It wasn't like.
Well, then again, all the no love equals bad. That is one of the most. that might be one of the most hysterically bad things I've seen in a long time.
Love ends in betrayal. Love ends in this.
Love is evil. Love is
what?
It's like she had like I just wanted her to write like love and put a circle and X around it.
A heart with a cross, with a Ghostbusters cross past it.
Yeah. It's like also
love not allowed past this point.
I love how
because
it's like
presumably she stays in the north.
Yeah.
Right.
Where it's cold.
Where it's
dark
cold.
And
No
room for
so
love.
she
No
knows,
love.
and
Only
she knows there's a difference between the north and the south clearly, and she doesn't venture south. She never does.
They can't conquer.
Right, which means there's a border somewhere. Which means somebody's going to put up some signs that say "Love not allowed past this border."
Now entered.
I'm just thinking of a border crossing with some of those kidnapped kids that are standing there. People coming to visit the north. Be like, yeah, you can't bring love in here. I'm sorry. I mean, we'll stamp your passport, but first off, you have to spit on her face just to prove you're not in love, and then we'll let you in. Because if we let you nice looking kids in, no, forget. We can't have this love shit. It's not a love fest up there, okay?
And also, I love how during the very PG-13 sex scene.
Oh
guy was just. I mean, like I didn't quite hear what he was saying, but I think it was like.
I'm like, no, we need the owl. We need the ice surveillance owl watching everything. That would have made it perfect. That would have kept it because they kept doing inappropriate or wrongly placed humor.
The ice cream has these robotic owls.
Yeah, with goggles to watch them.
Yeah,
that flies all over the place, and she puts on her goggles,
and she can see through the
owls.
And
she can see what the owls see. That's her little security system.
Yeah,
which seems like unruly. Like, why don't you really have to put on the goggles to see what the owls are seeing? She has to. So yeah, it seems like the owls are everywhere. It seems like that security system is working.
There should have been an owl watching them.
It's like okay, when you're in the snow, like okay maybe, but just in the totally like green.
More in the warm south,
it's like
in the warm south,
country English green countryside. Just like, oi, what's that white owl doing over there?
I mean, I don't know how many other ways to say it. It was not a good movie. It was just bad.
No.
It just, the story was kind of convoluted.
It
didn't make a ton of sense to me. I had to rationalize too many things in my head. Like, why is this person doing this? And,
like I said, I kept waiting for Carrie Ellis to show up. Waiting for him to show up somewhere in the movie because it was just straight up like bad movie with attempts at comedy to keep it going. Comedy almost all the way through.
If they want to do that, I would just like to see Deadpool just fall out of a tree somewhere.
It's like, where the fuck am I now?
What the fuck are you guys doing here? I mean, it was just it wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was bad. I knew it was gonna be bad. It's not like one of those. Oh, I knew it was gonna be bad. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. No. Gods of Egypt was that.
And boyfriends who are going to get dragged to this movie.
Oh, we feel so sorry for you.
Make her drive so you can get secretly drunk along the way.
Yes. Hide a flask.
And I'll say this, she probably won't like it either, but you'll have to sit through it.
She'll like it.
She'll like it. He doesn't even take his shirt off.
No, it doesn't. No,
he doesn't even take his shirt off. There isn't even a shot of that.
He does a sexy Scottish accent.
Exactly, and there's some lovey-dovey scenes with him and Chastain.
We see more of her than him. I was watching.
I know, but
you do. You do.
I was like,
it's like. Yeah, it's like
we're gonna cut to black. They're not.
It's like
close enough.
Same here.
Yeah.
I think girls will still love it because it still puts this: women are powerful, women are independent, women are strong. Because as we know, there hasn't been a damsel in distress in 30 years. That role doesn't exist anymore in cinema. It just doesn't. There's no
Which is fine.
There's no. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's predictable.
Yeah.
Anytime you see a female lead in any movie, it's predictable. She's not going to be helpless. She's not going to be stupid. She's almost always going to be smarter than the male lead. Mm-hmm. She's always almost going to save his ass at some point.
Good to see you again, man.
Because that's what happens. We lost our one audience member. That's every movie though. Now you cannot show a weak female lead. It's impossible. You can't do it. That's every single movie. You don't believe me? Watch any Jennifer Lawrence movie. Stumped you there. It's true. It's just you won't see the damsel in distress anymore, like old 50s, 60s Robin Hood or cowboy movies where they rescue the girl who's been tied up at the front of the train tracks.
Yeah,
and there's a villain tweezing his mustache while the hero cowboy has to go.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen anymore. Nowadays, the girl breaks free and then comes and saves the hero.
Yeah, but it's like in the end, she's
all the directors and all the writers think they're being brand new about that.
Yeah, in the end,
let's flip the role.
In the end, she still needs a man.
At the same time, in this movie, Jessica Chastain got sidelined really quick in that end battle, and Hemsworth was the one to deliver the final blow.
Yeah.
Fell back on that.
But how many times did she save?
All right.
How many times did she save his ass?
All right.
How many times?
Here's
even by shooting him with an arrow, knowing that she wouldn't kill him.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, okay.
But she never misses. See, he misses. He's got faults. She ain't got no faults when it comes to her archery.
Yeah.
Let's think of Katniss Everdeen. And tell me why this isn't going to work.
Yeah, red hair.
Yeah, it's
right, exactly.
There's a scene where it's like they spend a good 40 seconds to a minute crossing this bridge, and I'm like, that bridge better come back.
It's a rope bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a rope bridge. Everybody has bladed weapons. It's gonna get cut down.
It's a rope bridge in a semi-action movie. That thing is fucking coming down.
Yeah.
There's no way it doesn't. Look at Temple of Doom. That bridge is coming down.
And so
every rope bridge in every movie comes down.
And you couldn't run across it and cut it from the other side.
I know. That would have made too much sense.
And so
himself, making the 13-year-old girls in the audience swoon.
And then
for 5 minutes, and then he manages to cross whatever the bridge is.
That was a river of molten gold underneath. That was the thing.
And then so it's like
you think he would have burned alive.
That would have been your money shot where he's covered with gold. He's ripping off his clothes.
You know what's in that, because that was the thing. Okay, the goblins they had all the gold, right?
Yeah, and they had gold on them too.
But they have a river of molten gold surrounding, or at least separating their world from everybody else's, with this teeny crappy rope bridge going across. Anyway, I'll tell you why Chris Hemsworth couldn't have gotten across that fucking thing. It's molten gold.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what else is in that molten gold besides gold?
What?
The last fucking Terminator is in that molten gold. That's the only way to kill those fuckers. There's no way Chris Hemsworth is in there too. That's how you kill a Terminator.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's
he
just how you do that.
He crawls up the other side as if he was on the bridge when he cut it from the side.
Right.
They were
I think it's like
crawl across.
And then, like you said, they're like, "You saved us." They were already safe.
Yeah, because Chris Hemsworth already makes.
You saved us. No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
They were saved when you cut the bridge.
You just set the man on fire who saved us.
It's like
all you did was endanger yourself for no reason.
It's like there's this whole scene where it's like Jessica Chastain, she dips her arrow into the blood of the goblin, and then we're
goblin blood is tar.
Goblin. You're just like, wait, what? Though, like that scene was left out of the deleted scene.
I thought of X-Files. As soon as I saw the black blood, I'm like, X-Files.
Yeah.
It's like
let's see crawl into their eyes. I want to see that.
Yeah, it's like so she shoots.
She shoots a flaming arrow
at
the goblins,
and then they
hits
all
one of them,
and they all burst into flames.
And they all burst into
flames. And it's like, is Chris Hemsworth dead?
Yeah, it's like,
of course
he's in the
not
middle
dead.
of that. You just set him on fire. What the fuck?
Yeah, why didn't you just set him on fire the first time?
And he comes across. He's like, oh. I'm good.
Yeah, but what was he wiping off? Was he wiping off gold? Because that would be burned through his bones.
Yeah, or was he wiping off the ashes of the goblins? And so how the fuck did he get across the river?
that was one of those weird...
Did he find a spot down low where he could jump across?
Now, in the grand scheme of things, not a big problem, like a big foible, but kind of a fucking foible that ruined it for me. Like, it didn't make a lot of sense at all. And for somebody who's a huntsman and they're thought to be so smart,
I'm cutting down this bridge so nobody can get across. I'm clearly on the other side.
Right.
Now I'm over here.
Well, no, I don't think he was on the other side.
He was.
No, he cut it.
He cut it from the. He cut it from
They crossed, and he cut it on the side.
He cut it on the side.
Yeah, he cut it on the other side.
As if to say, "I'll hold them off."
Yeah.
But as you can see, he had plenty of time to race across and then cut it from the other. He did have time.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it was a matter of seconds, but it's on screen and screen time. He had plenty of time.
Yeah.
Or, you know what? He could have at least tried to do it. I would have taken him trying to do
Cutting it in the middle
and then
fighting.
I would have taken him trying to do that and then failing, but stopping them at the end of the bridge and then cutting the bridge with them all on it.
Yeah.
And then drowning those fuckers
that's how you
goal.
do that simple scene.
No, but I could see you get them all on the bridge. He kind of stops him, and while he's fighting them off, Chastain jumps in and cuts the bridge with them all on it, and then they fall in. Very Temple of Doomy, maybe. But you know what? That would fucking work and make sense, and would be a better scene than the stupid. Oh, I shot one with a flaming arrow, so now they all exploded. You know what? If you wanted to, you can shoot one at the goblins on the other side.
Yeah.
Let's say they start throwing shit at you. You fire a flaming arrow at them.
Yeah, so you can.
And then they burst into flames.
Just,
Or you know what? Light them on fire on the fucking bridge. Burn the fucking bridge.
And burn the bridge at the same time.
Nobody wants to go back on that bridge. Nobody. You might as well. The bridge has no use. Nobody wants to go over there. I don't know. I mean,
we gotta move to LA and start fucking making movies.
I mean, that's us like starting now to rewrite the movie. Steven, should we unleash you?
All right. So, I mean, like,
wait, actually, let's take a break and end this part one. I'm gonna get another drink. You want another one?
Sure.
Okay. You want to end part one and
we'll end part one on that. Part two will be rewriting this to be a decent movie.
We can do that. All right. We're going to end part one now. We will see you back in part two. Go watch some panda and cat videos on YouTube. I'm sure they'll be cute.